Hello, and welcome back to Money Never Sleeps. My name is Bob Cruces from M&A Wealth. If you'd like more information about what you hear during the show, give us a call at 866-973-3627 or visit us online at mnawealth.com. And while at my website, click on the page to check out past shows and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. During the show today, we're going to discuss some of the financial costs of being a grandparent and how you may be able to build some of those costs into your budget and financial strategy. A Kiplinger article, How Much Does It Cost to Be a Grandparent?, has some insights and details that I found very interesting. It begins with an excellent rundown of what it costs to be a grandparent in 2025. A recent study by the Senior List, shared in the article, looked at how grandparents are supporting their grandkids, and it really puts things into perspective. They surveyed more than 1,200 older adults, asking how much help they give, what kind of support they provide, and how it impacts their own lives. Shockingly, 96% of grandparents said they've taken on some financial costs for their grandkids, spending close to $4,000 a year on average. What's perhaps more concerning is that many said they've even considered putting their own financial well-being at risk by delaying retirement, dipping into savings, and more, all out of love and a desire to help. According to the study, grandparents are spending in all sorts of ways, and it really adds up. Here's some specifics from the study. Around $1,000 a year on big-ticket things like a down payment on a house or even buying a car. Another $1,000 goes toward tuition, school costs, or college, and another $1,000 on housing support. And travel and vacations to visit grandkids is another $1,000. Then you've got things like $600 for savings or college funds, $500 on everyday expenses, $500 in regular allowances, $400 on gifts, $300 for clothes and shoes, $300 for dining out, $300 for extracurriculars, $250 for healthcare, and $200 for entertainment. When you add it all up, it's easy to see how this kind of support, while generous and given with love, can quietly strain your finances, especially with rising costs across the board, from groceries to gas to healthcare. Next, let's talk about the real sacrifices grandparents are making or thinking about making to help their grandkids financially. And it's not just small stuff. According to the article, about 1 in 4 grandparents have already tightened their belts and started living more frugally to make ends meet, and half say they've at least thought about doing so. That's a lot of people reworking their budgets out of love. Then there's the big one, pulling money from savings or retirement accounts. About 14% have already done it, and more than half, 57%, have seriously considered it. That's tough because that money is supposed to be there to support you later in life. About 10% have delayed retirement, and another 42% are considering it. And about 1 in 10 say they've taken on debt, with many more contemplating it. It just goes to show how deeply grandparents care and how far they're willing to go. But it also raises a really important point. While generosity is admirable, it's critical to find a balance, because helping loved ones shouldn't come at the cost of your own security. The article next provides a thorough rundown of both the pros and cons of spending money on your grandkids. Let's start with the upside, because there are some real heartwarming benefits to helping out your grandkids financially. First, there's the joy of being there. Whether it's gifts or special outings, those shared moments, averaging a few $100s a year, help build stronger family ties and create memories that really matter. Then there's the bigger picture, things like contributing to a college fund or savings account. That not only supports their future, but it also lets you leave a lasting legacy, knowing you've helped pave the way. Covering essentials like clothing or healthcare is a powerful way to ease some of the pressure on their parents and give your grandkids more room to thrive. And don't forget that some of these gifts can actually come with tax benefits, like contributing up to $18,000 a year without triggering gift taxes. Options like 529 plans can help you give smarter while preserving your own savings for the road ahead. And maybe most importantly, there's joy in giving. In fact, 80% of grandparents say they love being able to help, according to the article. It's not just about money, it's about staying connected, staying involved, and finding real purpose in the act of giving. Now, while giving can be incredibly rewarding, it's also important to think about the flip side, which is some of the challenges that can come with financially supporting your grandkids. For starters, it adds up. Spending around $4,000 a year per grandchild might not seem like a lot in the moment, but over time it can take a real bite out of your budget, and maybe even delay dreams like traveling or finally stepping away from work. There's also the risk of creating a pattern where your grandkids or their parents start to rely on your support a little too much. Helping out with groceries or bills now and then is generous, but you've worked hard for your independence too, and that matters. More spending now can also mean less flexibility later. If an unexpected health issue pops up, or if long-term care becomes necessary, those monthly costs can be significant, often $8,000 or more. You want to be prepared for that. And lastly, there's the tax side. Giving more than $18,000 a year can trigger gift taxes and potentially reduce what you've set aside for your own living expenses or the legacy you hope to leave. At the end of the day, it's all about balance and taking care of your own financial well-being while still finding ways to support your grandkids. Generosity is a beautiful thing, but it shouldn't come at the cost of your financial future. And with 57% of workers already feeling behind on retirement savings, it's a reminder to double-check your own financial foundation first. The good news is that you don't have to choose between your future and theirs. With a little planning and some solid strategies, you can do both. One possible option is to look beyond just handing out cash. For example, if you're thinking about helping with education expenses, a 529 savings plan might be a better fit. It's designed specifically for education, and there's a nice perk for grandparents. The Grandparent loophole now allows you to contribute without hurting your grandchild's financial aid eligibility. And 529 plans aren't just for tuition, they can help cover room and board, supplies and fees too. Plus, if your grandchild doesn't use all the funds, you now have the option to roll leftover money into a Roth IRA tax-free. If you have any questions about your retirement magic number, your retirement strategy, or any other parts of your financial strategy, visit my website at mnawealth.com or call my office at 866-973-3627 to discuss how my team might be able to answer your questions and address your concerns. It's our goal to help you prepare for the retirement you've worked so hard for.
Disclosure. All matters discussed during the show are for informational purposes only. Opinions expressed are solely those of M&A Wealth and staff. All topics covered are believed to be from reliable sources. However, M&A Wealth makes no representations as to its accuracy or completeness. This commercial shall in no way be construed as a solicitation to sell securities or advisory services to residents where permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through M&A Wealth, a registered investment advisor in the state of Texas. Insurance products and services are offered through PNC Life Insurance Agency, an affiliated company. M&A Wealth and PNC Life Insurance Agency are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any government agency.